No go-karts today. I picked up this Honda GROM. It was £650 and, well, I wanted to fix it up and sell it on or see what I can do with it. And yeah, fun little fact, it does fit in an M140i, just if you wanted to know. And as you can clearly see, the main issue is that the previous owner had a little accident with the front forks where it just hit a bollard and it's just bent the forks down. I think it's messed up the front caliper a little bit, but other than that, it's got the rear set peg, which he sold off. The exhaust is going back to a stock one, and I think everything else should be good to go. So yeah, happy days. Anyway, so watch me strip it down. This is like a 2-hour clip condensed down, and pretty much my main aim is just to try and bend the chassis back to see if there's anything else broken. I don't want to use this chassis for the long term, but I just wanted to see if we could get something at least drivable today. By no means on the road. I don't even have a CBT, so it's just going to be a little fun project for me. You gotta excuse the dog. He loves to watch whilst I do stuff, and I'm here for it because it's quite cute. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I would give you guys like a rundown on what to do, but just label where every single bolt goes, get a video of where everything is, and yeah, I just take off what bolts I see, hold stuff on. And the Groms have a surprisingly large amount of wiring. Like, this thing's like packed underneath the fairings. Like, there's so much going on for 125cc. I'm surprised it just doesn't have a carb and make it nice and easy. I'm used to GX Honda engines, so yeah, it's a little bit different to what I'm used to. Damn, what a flattering angle. So yeah, I angle grinded like a little notch out, and obviously ground it all down. I have done a little like welded in a little triangle of like 3mm steel, and it doesn't line up, nothing straight. There's no even point putting any more time into it. You can see it's just slightly off, and it's a motorbike. I don't want to rely on my shitty welds. So yeah, I'll wait for the new chassis, we'll build it up, and then we'll have an actually reliable bike that we don't have to worry about snapping in half. So yeah, just finishing off the last couple of bits and bobs. It's not, man, this bike is really complicated. There's so much going on. You don't really realise that 125cc is just got so much wiring. Like, I swear after it's not needed, but hey ho, it is what it is. So yeah, swing arm off, and we're gonna look at getting the engine off in a second. But little interim, I pay my council tax. I might as well claim some of the sand from my local beach. You know, I live near. Let's get this really muddy ass sand, sandblast some stuff just because they look absolutely grim. It's a 2019 plate, but it's a Honda, so they come from factory with all this rust, and spray them up just to make it a little bit smarter. I think most of these things are like quite cheap online, but might as well. I've also put some laminate on top of these stickers, which was an absolute great idea. So I can just spray paint it, peel it off, and then jobs are good and happy days. Just getting on to removing the engine as well. It's man, it's so crusty. As I said, 2019 plate, so much rust, but yeah, it is what it is. Buying a new chassis, so it doesn't matter. Engine is nearly off. There's 3 bolts holding it on, so surprise, surprise, it doesn't take too long. And yeah, starting to get the assembly back. It's chassis not arrived yet. I just want to put back together what I remember before I yeah. Before I inevitably forget and just don't know how to put it back together. Also, watch this absolute spanner try and take off a tyre. This took about, I think the video is about 20 minutes. I yeah, use a car tyre breaker, absolutely like God knows amounts of lube. And I think 2 chisels, a go-kart tyre remover later. And surprisingly, the dog found it ridiculously interesting. He's just watching the whole time. It's quite funny. But yeah, tyre off. It's just because it's got a big chunk out the side. And yeah, bought a new one. New VIN plate stickers. Benefits of owning a sticker company is that you get to print this stuff off and do it all for free. They look pretty OEM, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, new frame arrived, came from, I think it was Thailand. It was like 20% import duty as well. So it was like 400 and something pounds. The stickers on, they actually look really OEM. It's just the VIN plate, which is going to be a bit of an issue, but I'll come to that in the future. It was about a week since doing the dismantling to putting it back together, because the frame took a little while to get here. But yeah, I forgot a lot of things. I can say if you guys are going to undergo this, I would thoroughly recommend labeling absolutely everything and getting pictures. Can't stress that enough. Get pictures before you do it. And new frame, why would I you got to get it pre-dented, right? It's part of the it's part of it. But yeah, well, it goes together all right, and yeah, as you guys can see, we're pretty much there with all the mechanical stuff. Wiring is an absolute pig. Yeah, I had to take everything off and on like twice, but yeah, you can see the set pegs, lovely. They're really nice. But yeah, frame's looking shiny, everything's looking like it's lining up okay. As I say, tried to do the VIN plate stamp, but it just didn't work. I'm just gonna, yeah, I've got a little plate. I'm just gonna stick over it and then spray paint over just so it looks somewhat OEM. Yeah, battery terminals, negative lines up to positive and positive to negative. I don't know. Everything started to line up, and then this was the only thing which didn't. So confused me. I ended up lopping off the black one and then redoing it. You can see in the future clip where I just make it actually look nice, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's really coming together, you know. You thought car engine bay was bad. Imagine losing a bolt there. Like, who designed that? Who on earth designed that? Don't lose bolts down there. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. Kind of sucked. Getting all the fairings on now, all the wiring. Yeah, I've missed like 2-3 hours of work because all the wiring just had to be taken off, put back on, and then you put a part on, then you got to realize you have to go behind it, and then it's just, yeah. But it is what it is. End of the day, I stripped it down without getting any pictures. So yeah, fairing on. I think other than this, it's not really much. Oil change was well overdue. The previous owner said 2,000 miles. Don't personally believe that, but yeah, the little screen was pretty clear. I also had to check the clutch just because it was wasn't engaging properly because I guess I messed it up. 1.1 litres of oil, 10W40. I think that was right. It was whatever my mate used in his BMW last, so yeah, it'll do. And as you can see, the terminal proper. Do it proper. And I'm really happy. I haven't bodged this bike at all. And here we go. Hell yeah. So, few things. Exhaust. Modded. Lobbed it off with an angle grinder. Random bolt. Actually not a stud. Just a random bolt. Oil change done. You guys saw that. And we got the intake in here, looking lovely. And the exhaust I have ordered just hasn't arrived. So, yeah, is what it is. Front brake sinks right down. So I'm going to work that out. Clutch, just need to adjust it a little bit. Got these new fancy schmancy thingy-majigs. And yeah, there it is. I've got to get some little bits and bobs. But other than that, she's good to go. The set pegs do look quite good though. Quite impressed. Quite impressed. They're quite small. It's hard to get into neutral, but other than that, it's pretty plain sailing. She's all done, a bit dirty from a couple of test rides, but yeah, I can't beat it. The bike's so fun. They deserve the rep they have. They're great little bikes. But yeah, definitely a learner bike. Exhaust definitely needs to be swapped out. But as I say, got one in the post and should be on soon. And yeah, let's let the messing about commence and the future videos carry on. Small and big. I didn't realise how big it was. On to bigger and better.